I know you got a busy schedule, especially in the midst of a pandemic, a quarantine, when some of us are just shut down and ain't really able to do anything. But even though you're busy, I want you to take some time and I want you to go back and reread all of the details of the story about the children of Israel being delivered from Egypt in the book of Exodus, which, by the way, Egypt at the time, and still is, North Africa, on the African continent. And these were God's people that were slaves. We're talking about the Hebrew children of Israel. They were slaves, and they had been slaves for over 430 years. And throughout this storyline that you read in the book of Exodus, you're going to remind yourself, if you've read it before, if you've seen the movie before, you might have learned it in Sunday school. Maybe you don't know nothing about it. But when you read it, here's what you're going to learn, if not remind yourself, that God's people cried out to him. They cried out to God. You know why? Because they were sick of it. They was ready to be free. I mean, come on, you slaves for 430 years. Now, these people wasn't 430 years old. No different than many of us in the United States of America as a community, as a culture of people. We ain't 430 years old, but for the past 400 and something years, we've been experiencing certain things very similar to what they were experiencing. It may not be physical, may not be literal, might be psychological, might be economical, might be political.